Hi. This is February 24th, 2011. And we're about to give our 8th grade speeches.
Woo! And now we have Mattie. Every weekend in the summer, my family gets together at my grandfather's house by the bay. That house, that yellow house, with my grandfather's raggedy and nanny knickknacks. That house is home to all my mom's paintings, a 62-inch television, Ravens beer, and a smell I really cannot explain. That house is my favorite place in the world. Here, my family feels complete, and there couldn't be a problem in the world. As we might attend an English class, it was my separate piece. This is where I could sit out all day, fish, eat crabs, and just hang out with my family. My whole family came, and it was rare anyone ever missed a weekend. Over the past summer, my grandfather decided to buy a playground set. There were 2 swings on one end, a swinging bench, and a small slide with a board at the top. However, none of us really understood why he bought it. We all seemed too grown up. I'm 13, his son Harry was 17, his daughter Christine was 19, and my cousin Spencer was 12. We were all a little too big to be getting on the playground. You'd think that would stop us. After eating crabs, the whole family would eventually find themselves on the slide or swing. And the best part is, in order for one or more people to be on the playground at the same time and to stop the swing, one person needs to be on the side of the swings, and the other person needs to be on the unreasonably small slide. This just goes to show that we balance each other out. My grandfather knew that we had all outgrown the playground set, but somehow he knew that we would still be able to have fun with it. My family keeps me grounded, and they know how to make me smile. We bring out the best in each other. My grandfather is a painter, so he tends to paint everything. Our playground set is pink, green, and yellow, matching the window boxes on his house. My grandmother insists that the colors are too feminine and that he should change them. When my grandmother goes on insisting that pink is a color only for girls and that my grandfather should change it, my grandfather just sits there, listens, and smiles, and says that he thought it looked good. My grandmother is not shy about saying what she thinks. Things my grandmother says would surprise you. She talks about the most random things that always seems to come back to the topic of my cat, Mary Ann. That is not the only conversation that seems to make everyone smile. The constant bickering between my Uncle Harry and my grandfather could go on forever. And if his best friend Devin and I join in, it could go on even longer than that. Phrases like, we're fly all the time, and everyone loves me, and my personal favorite, no, you're a girl, are thrown around. One day my grandfather greets us in what looks to be Raven's pajamas. Knowing my grandfather, he insists that they are not pajamas, but lounge pants. We all looked at each other and laughed because they were clearly pajamas, and no one could really understand the concept of lounge pants. So, since he refuses to take off the lounge pants, throughout the day we make jokes like, we should go, you obviously want to go to bed, or, you didn't change this morning? My family always makes a joke out of the little things and can drag the joke on forever. We all talk and share what's going on in our lives, no matter what. We can all talk forever. There's never a moment of silence, which, if you know me, is not surprising. A big contributor to there never being silence and there always being fun is my Uncle Harry. One day, while in my basement, we made a bet that I would not take him down. I don't like to lose bets, so I did everything I could to win. I, being successful, ran upstairs to tell my family that I had cheated Harry, but he was still in denial, so he said it wasn't true. To prove that I could beat him, I ran downstairs, got the pink hairspray, and tried to spray his hair pink. Harry, being very protective of his hair, held me down and then sprayed my hair pink. At this point, we called it even, or this would have gone on forever. Whether we're running about Harry's latest prank, like throwing applesauce out of the window of his car at his friends as he drives by, or the latest thing in sports, or how my 12-year-old cousin thinks that he's worked his whole life too, just like my grandfather. There's always something new. We all have things that we look forward to over the summer. A vacation, a camp, or even just not having school. This is what I look forward to. Over the past month, tragedy has struck my family, and my 17-year-old uncle, Harry, passed. This tore my family apart. Harry was the glue that held us together and the laughter that made everything better. Our family will never be the same. So that weekend in May, when we all go back to that yellow house on the bay with the colorful playground in the back, things won't be the same. I look at my family like we are perfectly imperfect. We are a puzzle where every piece is essential for it to work. Over time, we have to face unwanted change in life that will affect the greatest things. But we have to find the good out of it. When my car pulls up to the driveway in that yellow house and that gold Jeep isn't there, my heart will break again, knowing that my piece of perfection in life is taken away. As I sit on the pier with my cousin, with our fishing rods, I'll actually have to touch, yes, both the fish and the worm, because I can't just yell to Harry that it's gross and he needs to do it for me. Also, he can't tease me by trying to put the fish on my head. When we're all sitting down to talk, I won't have anyone to pick on my grandfather and tell him that he's a girl. My cousin and I won't have anyone's hat to steal and run around with until they catch us. I never truly appreciated the small things that happened at that house until I realized they won't happen again. As time goes on, and slowly the wound starts to heal, I know my family and I will be stronger than we ever were before. Can we please take a moment to reflect on the small things that make each of our families unique and that make us smile about them? Thank you.